$20,000. Are you kidding me? $20,000 for a 2003? Yeah. Welcome back to the mini vlog garage. Here we are. I'm getting some cars ready for the winter. So stay tuned in the coming weeks for some videos on winterizing the GP3 and the Classic Mini. I'll have those out soon, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss those. But today we're gonna do something different. We're gonna talk about used cars. Everybody knows that used car prices right now are a little bit through the roof with the pandemic and inventory shortage everywhere. But we're gonna focus specifically on used minis that seem to be pretty pricey. Now, one of my followers on Instagram, 80s Metal Lover, sent me a link to one of these minis on here and said, you know, it'd be a cool video to show some of the highly marked up minis that are out in the world right now. Some of these are marked up a little bit more than others, but these are all used. So let's go ahead and take a look at some of the minis that I found. So the first one we have is a 2019 JCW. That's a relatively new Mini. It's got 11,000 miles on it, and they're asking $39,999. So basically $40,000 for this Mini. It does have a lot of extras. This is quite a built-out, customized Mini. From the first looks, we have two sets of stripes. We have the ones that run along the bottom, and then the ones that run up along the middle of the door. Very similar to what I had on my old JCW. We've also got some more red decals, the red grille surround and the air inlets on both sides. And it looks like a spoiler on the front as well. Those are definitely not stock Mini wheels, so they've had some wheels and looks like spacers added. And a wide body kit from the looks of it, which they had painted to match the body color rather than the plastic trim color. Let's see what else this Mini has. Interior-wise, didn't look like much was going on there. It does have the nice LED headlights and black trim. That hood doesn't look like it sits quite flush on there. Is there something going on with that hood? Is that the stock? I'm not sure that that is the stock hood. It has, you can see it has some cutouts and some carbon inlays, and it doesn't seem to fit as flush as what I think it should. So maybe this is an aftermarket hood, carbon fiber maybe. Got roof rails, Union Jack logo on the sunroof. That's cool. It's got the LED headlights on the front. Looks like a rear diffuser as well. There's our stripes again. The John Cooper Works badge has been moved over to the left side. So they've definitely done some customizations on this car. Oh yeah, definitely a different rear spoiler. Looks like maybe an exhaust. This car has definitely had some attention given to it. So does that justify the $40,000 price? Not sure. Maybe this car crisis is adding to that price a little bit. But yeah, 2019 Mini JCW for $40,000. Interesting build, pretty unique. I'm sure there's not one like that out there. So if you want a unique Mini, there's one for you right here. Let's move on to the next one. We have a 2015 Mini Countryman S in this gray color. And this is listed for $18,990, nearly $19,000. Considering it's a Countryman, which, you know, you get a lot of car relatively for a Countryman, and it's an S, that could be a fair price. Man, the color of this car almost makes it look like it's just a render. The way they shot it, it's really, with the lighting and whatnot, it doesn't even look like a real car, but it is a real car. You can see some water on the sunroof, so unless the render had water on the sunroof, this is it. The only concern I have with this car and this price, one, yeah, the age, it's up there, but it also says it has light scratches. So it's showing us some scratches on the hood, some more by the door handle. So a bit of a worn out interior. The interior on these R60s was a little more on the hard plasticky side, so they do wear out a little more. Some noticeable repair work has been done. Looks like maybe a big scratch has been filled. So yeah, overall, it's just, in other times, I'm not sure it would have fetched this price, but right now, the way things are, it's going for nearly $19,000. It's also an automatic. Nothing against automatics, but I think if I got another R60, I'd want it to be a manual. Doesn't say all four. Is that an error? Or is this not, no, maybe this is not, Interesting. Anyways, 2015 Countryman going for $18,990 right now. The next Mini we have is a 2012 John Cooper Works. And this one is pretty interesting looking. It's got a lot of decals on it, and I'm not sure that justifies the $20,000 asking price. I mean, it's in good condition. It looks clean. It's a manual, which is nice. It's 51,000 miles, which I think is fair for a 2012, really. I mean, that's pretty good, pretty low. I think it's much like the first one, where it's a very unique build, and you really have to be looking for something that unique. And I guess if you're looking for something that unique, you're probably willing to pay that unique price. So this is a Mini JCW on CarMax, $20,000. Then we have a 2013 JCW listed for $35,990. I mean, the car, if we look at it, it's in great condition. It doesn't look like there's too many issues going on with it. Let's see if there's any scratches or anything. It's got a red roof and a sunroof. That's nice. Clean looking interior. There's some paint chips. I mean, it's 2013, so that's expected. There's some, I might consider that a little more than light scratches on the looks like the passenger side door maybe. Yeah, some more scratches. So yeah, $35,990 for this 2013 John Cooper Works. So the base MSRP of a 2022 JCW hardtop is $32,900. So you could start building this car cheaper than this used 2013. I mean, obviously you'll add some packages on there and it'll probably go above 35, but the fact that this is already starting above the base price of a 2022 modern JCW seems a little bit high, and it's actually higher than a 2013 GP, which is even more rare. This is $31,999, and so yeah, GP's highly sought after. Maybe some foreshadowing to some other GPs coming up. But yeah, this is a 2013 GP. It looks like it's in good shape. It's got low mileage, 26,000, and it's $31,999. So $32,000 for that. So yeah, if you're ever wondering if GPs held their price, they seem to hold their value pretty well, and maybe even some appreciate. But overall, this is a sharp-looking GP. It doesn't look like anything's majorly wrong with it. Hasn't been messed with too much. The interior looks great. Everything looks really sharp in it. I think it's a great car. Price, in a different time, it might be a little bit cheaper. Let's take a look at this one. This is an interesting one. A 2003 Mini Cooper S. That's a first gen for $19,988. That's $20,000. Are you kidding me? $20,000 for a 2003? Yeah. This is, I mean, the car looks like it's in great shape. It's got 27,000 miles, considering it's that old of a car, is pretty good. But if we look at it, it's an older car. It's old. It's gonna be 20 years old here really soon. And it's been kept in great condition, but man, that price, I'm not sure we would have seen that price 3 years ago. The interior, a little bit of cracking in the leather, probably some worn out steering wheel too, if I had to guess. Let's take a look. Steering wheel looks okay, but it's a first gen steering wheel, so it's the 2-spoke design. I was never a fan of the 2-spoke design. My first Mini was a 2006, which had the 3-spoke design, which I liked a lot more. This just feels a little bit too early 2000s Volkswagen Beetle-ish, so I'm not a huge fan of it. But if you're looking for a 2003 in great condition and got 20,000 to burn, this is the car for you. Here's another one that kind of blows my mind a little bit. It's a 2013. It's a Mini hardtop. It's not an S, it's not a JCW, it doesn't have LED headlights or anything like that, nothing fancy, no bells and whistles. They want $15,990 for it. That seems like a bit much. Like my Countryman 3 years ago was $10,000, so this is $6,000 more than my Countryman. They're both the same age. This is a base model, not even an S. This seems like a bit much for this hardtop on Carvana here, but looks like it's in great condition, but I'm not sure that justifies the price for its age. Mileage isn't bad, 34,000 miles on it. Let's take a look at some newer Minis. This is a 2020, so pretty new. 7,000 miles on it, barely used. It's a Mini Cooper JCW Convertible, and it's $49,999. $50,000 for a JCW Convertible. A convertible JCW starts at $38,900 right now, so this is $50,000. I mean, obviously it's got a nice package deal on here, maybe iconic trim. I didn't look too closely at it, but it's still $50,000. That seems like a bit much for this convertible. I think the reason the price can be so high right now, one, there's a shortage of cars. Everybody knows that. Two, if you were to customize this Mini yourself, you probably get a better price, but you're going to have to wait for your dealership to have a build slot, for your car to be built over in England, to be shipped over here, at least in the US. Have it shipped over here, then have it delivered. So you're looking at a couple of months out. So if you need it right now, I mean, this is the price you're going to pay. There's not too many of these available, obviously, if they're going for that price. That seems like a bit much for a JCW convertible. Move on to something brand new, a 2022 JCW hardtop for $49,998. Again, it's a $50,000 car. This one's brand new, and you can go and build this yourself. I think if you were to build it and configure it with the iconic trim and these 19-inch wheels, something very similar to this, you're probably looking at something like $40,750. So this is marked up almost $10,000. It's got 2,000 miles, so it's been used, but I mean, not a lot. It's basically new, but yeah, the markup on this is a bit much. And I'm seeing a little bit of a theme. These really expensive newer models, the Clubman and the Countryman and that hardtop JCW, all seem to be in the southern area, Florida, Georgia area. So maybe car prices down there are just a bit higher than what they are up here where I live. But yeah, this is, I mean, it's a sharp looking car. It's a nice build. Red roof, I like that. Red mirror caps. Yeah, nice wheels. Probably, I think it's the iconic trim. I love the black, piano black everywhere. Probably doesn't have a heated steering wheel being down in Florida, but maybe I'm wrong, not sure. But yeah, the $50,000 asking price seems like it's a bit much. Remember when we had the 2013 GP2 on here earlier? Now we have some GP3s. We're gonna see what they're going for right now. The MSRP on the GP3, $45,000 and change. This one is marked at $46,199 with 3,638 miles on it. So it's been used just slightly, and it's already selling for more than what it sold for brand new. So it's appreciated in value in about 2 years because it came out in 2020 over here, despite the 2021 model year on it. So yeah, good investment. You could probably sell it for what you bought it for right now. Yeah, GPs. There's if you wanted a GP, they're out there. This one has a few thousand miles on it, and it's at Mini of Ramsey, and it's at $46,199. Speaking of GPs, I got one right here, GP3 number 1. How much would I sell this for? Probably like 600 million, give or take. But yeah, I have no intentions of selling this anytime soon or ever. So unless you have a boatload of money at my door, I don't think it's gonna happen. You're not gonna see this one online. Here's another one. It's a 2021 GP. It's got 6,000 miles on it, 52,233. Let's take a look at some of the pictures. You can see it's a little bit different than the other GPs. What's different is the wheels seem to have been painted black, or maybe they're a different wheel. I think maybe these were made custom for this car. The paint, we'll take a look at that paint again. The paint is covered in PPF, it looks like, to have a matte finish. So it's not glossy, it's all matte. Kind of a stealthy look, especially with those black wheels. If we look, we also see there's been some upgrades to the suspension. The brace bar looks like it's been changed. We have an Venturi intake, the carbon fiber intake, which means there's a Venturi carbon hood scoop on there as well. What else do we have on here? Doesn't look like anything's been changed in the interior in terms of modifications, so that's cool. There's the Venturi intake. Oh, it looks like it also, this is GP2588. Looks like it's also had an exhaust change, Quicksilver exhaust here with carbon fiber tips. That's pretty cool. Maybe a little deeper note. Yeah, out in the sun with this matte finish, it looks pretty cool. Does it look $52,000 cool? I'll leave that up to you if you are interested in buying it. But yeah, GP's just appreciating in value everywhere. Here we have another GP. This one's for $46,950, so slightly above MSRP. Nothing much has been done to it. 3,700 miles on it. There seems to be quite a bit of GPs on here, considering there's very few in the US. I think they just came out at a very unfortunate time during the pandemic where, you know, a lot of people are struggling with jobs and paying the bills. So, yeah. One more GP before we move on to some other cars. This is a 2021 John Cooper Works GP. Yeah, we know the drill. $49,900. This one has not had anything done to it in terms of modifications, but it says it only has 566 miles on the clock, so not exactly sure why so low. Was it ever owned by anybody else, or was it just used for test drives with only 566 miles? Interesting. Maybe I'll give him a call to find out and see if I can follow up with this video to see why this one is such low mileage. But yeah, GPs, great. From the looks of it, they were a good investment if you got them back when they came out at MSRP price. Let's switch gears a little bit, take a look at a Clubman. This is a 2020 Clubman, John Cooper Works, all four. Beautifully designed car, some nice stripes, looks like a sunroof, some roof rails. It has piano black headlight trim, but not the door handles. Anyways, they're asking $50,598. It's got 16,000 miles on it. That's a little bit hard to swallow because if you go build a JCW with this iconic trim and those same wheels, very similar spec build, it's gonna be $48,250. Maybe there'll be some taxes and a destination charge on there. So it might bring it up to 50,000, but you're gonna get a brand new car at 50,000. This is a used car. This one has been used 16,000 miles. It's not a huge amount, but it's not nothing. It's definitely been driven. So yeah, this one, I mean, it's gotta be in great shape for 2020. It's barely been used. I wish it had the black mini badge on it and the door handles. I think it'd look really sharp with more black. But in 2020, oh, actually, hold on. This is a very worn out JCW badge. For only being 2 years old to have that much red missing out of the inlays, not really sure what happened there. I mean, I know they do fade over time, but that seems like a bit much for just a 2-year-old car with 16,000 miles. But the price for 50,000, again, if you can wait the time it takes for them to build the car and ship it over, just go get yourself a new one. And we've come to the last Mini on my list for today. This is the most expensive one on here at $55,988. Let's round that up to $56,000. You can get a 2020 Countryman JCW all four with 5,738 miles on it. Let's take a look at some of these photos. The car, I hope for $56,000, is in great shape. Again, located in the South, really not sure what's going on with that. But yeah, I mean, it's in good condition, as it should be for 2020. I don't see anything wrong with it besides that price. Again, a few years ago, I'm not sure you would have been able to fetch that price. And considering you can go and build a 2022 JCW Countryman with iconic trim for around $48,000, this one's marked up about $6,000 from what you could build, pretty close to what you see there. So I think that one takes the cake as the most expensive Mini on this list. Yeah, it's just a sign of the times right now. Used car prices are through the roof. Minis are no exception. Some of them are even exceeding their MSRP prices. So yeah, this is kind of a crazy time to be in the market for a used car. Now, this is by no means an exhaustive list of all the crazily priced Minis out there in the world. So if you see one that you think is maybe too high, maybe too low, leave it down in the comments below so we can all check it out and see what kind of crazy prices are going on out there right now. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. A little bit different than what I normally do. But again, I'm working on winterizing 2 of the Minis, so stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss videos on my process for those. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and as always, when you see other Minis out there, hopefully well-priced ones, don't forget to wave. All right, I'll catch you in the next one. But first, I need to climb over this pile of snow tires.